let's talk about vaccines. Very hot topic at the moment, obviously, due to the pandemic and COVID-19. So can microarray patch technology help in this particular area, and what are the challenges around it?
Yeah, most certainly. So there is a lot of research, of course, going on the last couple of years. So it's a very prominent topic, actually. And yes, vaccination is one of the highlights of the microneedle universe, if you like. Because think of it, you typically have an injection, typically intramuscular. So on your upper arm, you have a terrible injection. Typically, it hurts very much. And the better actually deposition of vaccination is actually not far deep into the tissue, but below the epidermis. This is something not very deep inside the skin. And to give an injection right in this spot is very difficult. So there's a whole industry around that, making very, very tiny injections, basically. Still the doctors are actually, let's say, have trouble doing this. And our micro array patches target exact this spot. And in addition, because they are not going very deep, they are still below this kind of pain threshold. So whenever you stick our patch, these microarray patches on your skin, they are actually, there's no pain sensation because we're still below this threshold. So vaccination with microneedles is something like a painless dermal injection, if you like. And we deposit it right at the special spot where there are a lot of immune competent cells, a lot of cells which are triggered by the vaccine you apply. And so the immune reaction can start immediately. So this is one of the nice benefits for having such a system, which is going directly to the spot where it's actually supposed to be. And it's painless. So there's no big, let's say, threshold for the patients to, oh no, I don't want a vaccination shot.
No, that's really interesting. So, I mean, just hearing you say that, though, obviously, some of the vaccines now you've been hearing that they can only be delivered at certain temperatures and so on. So, how does that impact in terms of something like microarray patches?
Yeah, this is another advantage, actually, the so-called cold chain problems. Most of us might even heard of this. Actually, we have this big problem at the moment with a very prominent vaccine at the moment for the corona pandemic, which has to be cooled down to -70°C.
Yes, exactly.
It's terrible, actually, when you want to handle that. I'm afraid that this is not in this severity, but might be also with other vaccinations. You have to have cold chain to establish a cold chain, and in certain countries this is very difficult. And yeah, this is a big problem. But when it comes to microarrays, you need to rethink this whole cold chain process, because we are not having a liquid. We are not having just the vaccine in a solvent. We have it embedded in a polymer, which is basically a solid. So degradation and everything which can somehow prevent it to be stable over time is, let's say, by a very big margin better than when it comes to a solution. And I can't actually predict this for all vaccines, but the probability to really don't have to do it, to do a supply chain by minus whatever degrees, or by refrigerator temperatures, there's a high likelihood, actually, that you can do this without cooling it down.
Well, that's obviously a great advantage then, if that can be done. But as you mentioned, there is a major vaccine which has to be done at a certain temperature at the moment.